Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, students.
Alaikum assalam.
So today we will solve more problems about chapter number 4, and these problems are related with the two-dimensional motion. So last time we have solved some problems, and now we will solve more problems, and your concept will be more clear. So these are the problems about chapter number 4. So the problem is, at t is equal to 0, a particle leaves the origin with a velocity of 5 meters per second in the positive y direction. So up to this statement, what we know, at t is equal to 0, a particle with a velocity of 5 meters in the positive y direction. So it means it is VIY, 5 meters per second in the positive direction. Okay. Just okay. So its acceleration is given by, acceleration value is given by 3I minus 2J. So from here, you can derive that AX is equal to 3 and AY is equal to minus 2. Okay. Up to now. After this, at the instant, the particle reaches its maximum Y coordinate. So maximum Y coordinate, how far is the particle from the origin? So we have to find the distance. How far? So distance, normally we represent that it is x square plus y square under root. Because in these problems, we have x and y components. So that's why we are writing like this one. So the maximum y coordinate mean what? Maximum y coordinate mean this one. This is suppose maximum y coordinate. Then if this is VIY, this value is given 5 meter per second. And here VF of Y will be 0. Maximum value, maximum height. So to find this X and Y, these components, what we will do? We will apply the formula. X is equal to VIX into T plus 1 over 2 AX into T square. Okay. So VIX is what? Because here it is only VIY. So VIX is 0. So this is 0 plus 1 over 2 into AX. AX is 3 into T square. So answer will be 1.5 T square is equal to X. First, we will find X and Y and then find T value. Okay. So, and the Y value is what? VIY into T plus 1 over 2 AY into T square. So Y is equal to VIY is given. It is 5 into T. AY is minus 2. So plus 1 over 2 into minus 2 into T square. So this is equal to 5T and 2 will cancel here and minus T square. This is Y. So we have X and Y values, but we don't know the T value. So to find the T value, we apply another equation, and that is Vf of Y is equal to Vi of Y, Vi of Y plus Ay into T. So V of F of Y is 0 and Vi of Y is 5, Ay is minus 2 into T. So T will be 5 over 2 and T is equal to 2.5 seconds. Now, if we know the T, we can find the X and Y. So here you can put the value of 1.5 into 2.5 square. So if we solve this one, the answer is 9.37. 37 meters. Similarly, you can put the value here 2.5 minus 2.5 whole square, and the answer will be 6.25 meter. This is our y value and this is our x value. So apply this formula. So when you apply this formula, 9.37 square and plus 6.25 square and under root. So when you solve this one, you will get 11.26 meter. So this is our answer. And here in the answer is written approximate 11 meter. So this is the answer. Okay. Any question? So if you don't have any question, next question, see. A particle moves in the XY plane with a constant acceleration. So here constant acceleration value is minus 4J. Minus 4J, this one. This is acceleration. At T is equal to 0. At T is equal to 0. The velocity, position and velocity are. Here, this is the position. So xi is 10I in vector form. And velocity is vi is minus 2I plus 8j. What is the distance from the origin to the particle at t is equal to 2 seconds? So after 2 seconds, he wants to find the final distance. This is the initial distance. So remember here, the technical thing is this one. We normally apply the equation that x is equal to vit plus half at square in chapter number 2. But when we are applying this equation, when initial position is 0, but the complete equation is this one. You remember this one. This is the complete equation. So here we will apply this equation. So here xf in vector form is equal to xi in vector form plus vi in vector form plus 1 over 2 at square. So xi is what? Is 10I. Vi is what? This is vi. So this is minus 2I plus 8j into t, 2 plus 1 over 2 into a. A is given minus 4j and t square. T square is 4. So you can solve this one. And this is minus 4I plus 16j. And this is cancelled with this one. And this is minus 8j. Okay. So you can solve this one. This is 6I and plus 8j. This is equal to xf. So you need the xf magnitude 6 square plus 8 square and under root. And this is 36 plus 64 under root, and this is equal to 100 under root, and this is equal to 10. So our answer is 10. This is the B answer. Okay. After this, a particle starts from the origin at t is equal to 0. Again, t is equal to 0 with a velocity of this one. This velocity is given 16I minus 12j and move in the xy plane with a constant acceleration a 3I minus 6j. What is the speed of the particle at t is equal to 2 seconds? So t is equal to 2 seconds. We need the speed of the particle. Mean we want to find the Vf at t is equal to 2 seconds. So in chapter number 2, we apply this formula. Vi is equal to Vf is equal to Vi plus at. But here our equation is in vector form. So we need the VF. So VI is what? 16I minus 12J plus A. A is 3I minus 6J and T is 2. So 16I minus 12J plus 6I minus 12J. So you can solve this one. This is 16I and 6I. This is 22I. 12I and minus 12J, minus 12J and minus 12J is minus 24J. So this is VF. So you can find the magnitude of VF, 22 square plus 24 square, or with negative signs, the same value will come. And this is equal to 33 meter per second. So this is the answer. So here answer is this. You can solve like this. Okay. After this, at t is equal to 0, a particle leaves the origin with a velocity of 12 meter in the positive x direction. So this is important. So at t is equal to 0, again, this is x direction. It means it is Vix. So 12 meter per second. And moves in the xy plane with a constant acceleration. Constant acceleration is minus 2I plus 4j. So here you can see that Ax is minus 2 and Ay is 4 value. At the instant of y coordinate of the particle is 18 meter. So y coordinate is how much? 18 meter. What is the x coordinate? So we need the x coordinate. It's simple. X is equal to Vix into t plus 1 over 2 at square. This is the formula we are applying. And x is equal to Vix is 12 into t. This t here, we will not put here t0 because t0, x is equal to 0. This is actually xi. Xi is already 0, but we need xf actually. So this is, for this one, we have to find the time. 1 over 2 ax. So ax is how much? Minus 2. Ax is minus 2 into t square. So you can cancel this one and answer will be 12t minus t square. This is x. So to find the t value, we apply the equation in terms of y. So y is equal to Viy into t plus 1 over 2 ay into t square. So this is 18. Viy is 0 because it is only in the positive x direction, okay, initially. So this is 0 plus 1 over 2 into ay. Ay is what? 4. So 4 into t square. So we can solve this one. 2 to the 4. This is 2t square. And t square is equal to 9. And t is equal to plus minus 3. But we will take plus value. So x is equal to 12 into 3 minus 3 square. So x is equal to 36 minus 9. This is equal to 27 meters. So this is our answer. And you can see here 27 is this one. So this is all about the problems which I have solved about acceleration, velocity, and position or displacement. Okay. So after this, now this first two articles finish, and now we want to move to the next article, and that is very important article, and that article is projectile motion. So to understand the projectile motion, okay, if you have any question from here, you can ask me. Yes. Yes, student, if you have any question, you can ask me. Now I want to start this projectile motion. And in projectile motion, let's see. Okay. So in projectile motion, this is our chapter number 4. The next article is projectile motion. Projectile motion is two-dimensional motion. One thing. The second thing is, in this motion, we have two components of velocity. This is the motion of the projectile. If you throw a ball less than 90-degree angle, this is 90-degree, and you throw the ball with this angle. This is VI, and this angle is theta. So this initial velocity has two components, one along x-axis and one along y-axis. This will be VI sine of theta, and this will be VI cos of theta. And this is the maximum height. And this is called the horizontal distance or the range. But first we will say it horizontal distance. And this height is actually the vertical distance. So when you throw the ball with some angle, making an angle theta with a horizontal x-axis, and this is y-axis, then the ball is moving up. So when the ball is moving up, its horizontal component is this one and vertical component is this one. So horizontal component, it remains same. Horizontal component remains constant. But vertical component changes from point to point. Here the value is less, this same. Here the value is more or less, this same. But at this point, highest point, the vertical component will be 0. And the horizontal component will be this one. So at the highest point, which component left? Only the horizontal component left. The vertical component is 0. So when the body is falling, this component is increasing. And this remains constant. This remains constant. This is increasing. This remains constant. So remember, in projectile motion, the horizontal component remains constant, but the vertical component changes from point to point. So what you will do? First, we will see the equations for the horizontal motion. Horizontal motion. In horizontal motion, the equations are Vix is equal to Vf of x is equal to Vi cos of theta. Because the initial horizontal velocity or the final horizontal velocity always remains same in the whole motion. And the horizontal component of acceleration is 0. No horizontal acceleration. So that's why x value will be what? X value will be Vi cos of theta into t. Because there is no acceleration. But in case of vertical motion, in case of vertical component, now I want to discuss the vertical component of velocity. So this is VIY, because you know that if I plot this graph and this is our VI, then this is our VI. and this angle is theta. This is VI cos of theta, and this is VI sine of theta. So VIY is VI sine of theta. But Vf of y is not only Vi sine of theta, it is Vi sine of theta minus Gt. Because here the vertical component of acceleration is minus G. It's downward. So this is our final vertical velocity. And what is our final horizontal velocity? This is Vi cos of theta. So if you want to write the equation Vf of x into I unit vector plus Vf of y into j unit vector, you can write this Vi cos of theta into I unit vector plus Vi sine of theta minus Gt into j unit vector. So you can write the equation for complete equation is this one. So you can find the magnitude of this one, square of this one and square of this one. So this is Vi cos of theta square plus Vi sine of theta minus Gt whole square and under root. So in this way you can find the velocity. Okay. After this, one more question. If here in projectile motion, you are watching or seeing that the body is moving up and going down. This is the maximum horizontal, maximum distance. So if the body is falling, now see here, if the body is falling like this one from the tower or some other place, okay, if the body is falling, it will move like this one. But we have two balls, one ball is here and one ball is here. This ball is going in this direction, but this ball is going down. So what I want to say, the time to fall the ball vertically, this is T1 time, and the ball falls like this path, trace this path, and then fall here. This is T2 time for another ball. So the T1 is equal to T2. Mean what? Both ball will fall with same time, either like this one or like this one. Why? Because both ball will feel the same force in the vertical direction. Here the horizontal is this one. This is vertical. So only the vertical force move it down, not the horizontal. So that's why remember that both ball will fall with the same time. Okay. After this. So we have discussed this one. Okay, just you have to remember that the horizontal component of velocity is what? Vix. Initial or final, same thing. One thing. What is the horizontal component of acceleration? 0. What is the horizontal distance? Is Vi cos of theta into t. This is for horizontal. Now for vertical, Viy is equal to Vi sine of theta. Vf of y is equal to Vi sine of theta minus Gt. Okay. And the complete equation for V is Vi cos of theta into I plus Vi sine of theta minus Gt into J. So this is the complete equation for the velocity. Okay. After this, you can see that the body is moving up and down. The body is moving up and down. And this is the maximum height. So the time from this point A to point B is T1. From B to C point is T2. So the upward time is this one. This is upward and this is downward. So remember that upward time is always equal to the downward time. So if we want to find the time of flight mean what? Time of flight mean time for which the ball or the particle remain in the air. From A to B, B to C, it remains in the air. This is the time. So it means time of flight is upward time plus downward time. But if we want to find the time of flight, we will apply this equation. Y is equal to VIY into T. T is the time of flight plus 1/2 AY into T square. So at the highest position, at this position, okay, not at the highest position, I am talking about this position. At this position, the Y value will be 0 because here no Y component, only the X, okay? So Y is 0. So that's why we put here Y is equal to 0 and VIY is VI sine of theta into T 1/2 into minus G into T square. So here you can see this T, you can cancel it, and 0 is equal to VI sine of theta minus 1/2 GT. So from this equation, you can find that 1/2 GT is equal to VI sine of theta and T is equal to 2 VI sine of theta over G. So here from this equation, you can see that one time is for upward, that is VI sine of theta over G. Theta is what? Theta is between this velocity. This is theta. And the coming down time is VI sine of theta over G. So if you add these two times, it will give you the time of flight. Time of flight means the time remain in the air. So this is our height. So this height we will find in the next lecture. So if you have any question, you can ask, because these articles are very technical and tricky. So we will solve the problems after finishing this article, and maybe next time we will solve the problems of projectile motion, only projectile motion. And then we will start uniform circular motion. So if you have any question, any problem, you can ask. So if you don't have any question or any problem, so inshallah, see you in the next lecture with this projectile motion.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Assalamu alaikum.